Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Bachchan. It's an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you so much, Balki, and all the very best for the release of your film. So I'd like to start by asking you, Mr. Bachchan, I mean, what made you do Cheeni Kam? After all, it was Balki's directorial debut.
चीनी कम है थोड़ी थोड़ी तुझ में है कम है कम
Balki and me had worked together in ad films, and he once expressed a desire that he wanted to direct films now, and he came with a story which I thought was rather nice, and we just went ahead and did it.
It was that simple.
Yeah, I think it's something that you notice in people who make ad films, because their job, I think, is a lot more difficult. It's very concentrated. I've always believed that the ad world is full of professionals and very talented people who actually know the need to know the pulse of the nation and how the country moves, what is happening, what is interesting, how to put across something to somebody, how to sell a product in 30 seconds. That's a huge responsibility. So there's a lot of creativity, a lot of thought, the strength of the word, the quality of the product, all this capsulized in 30 or 60 seconds. That's a fantastic amount of talent required to be able to do that. So obviously when they get an opportunity to expand it to 3 hours or 2.5 hours, then you believe that they will be able to do even more justice to it. And that is why, you know, we believe that that the ad world has certain inbuilt qualities which are commensurate with filmmaking.
Right. So that brings me to the next question, really. You know, you work with the varied filmmakers. What's the difference between a pure filmmaker and an ad filmmaker who's making a film?
Yeah, you know, a film is a film is a film, and everybody makes the same thing. We all make it for the box office, for the interest of your own creativity, for, well, in a sense, showing your product or showing your creative energy or product to the rest of the world, and how beautifully you can do that, and how well you can do that, and how well it's going to be accepted by the public at large. That's really the intention of any creative person. So I don't want to make any differentiation between the way an ad person works and the way a creative person works.
Right. Balki, the teaser campaign for Pa and the whole promotional marketing, you know, the whole promotion and the whole marketing campaign that's out a month ago was absolutely brilliant. We haven't seen this kind of campaign for a film in a while. In fact, it resembles an FMCG product. At least the teaser campaign did. Who thought about it?
I have a different view of film marketing. Film marketing is not like any other product marketing. Film marketing shouldn't be bombarded. It shouldn't be hyped beyond a certain point of time. It should actually, you know, draw people through the content of the film. You can't just promise something, you know, bizarre out there or make it hugely interesting which is not there in the film. It just doesn't work. In products you can still get away because people understand there is a soap, there's a toothpaste, that's what it can do. And when you dramatize, when you kind of hype an emotion, they know, hey, what to believe and what to believe. In film marketing it's very sensitive. Right. And if people who believe that film marketing can be done exactly like advertising, I think are wrong, because it just doesn't work like that.
You know, even throughout your publicity, considering Amitabh Bachchan is the star of the movie, I mean, you have very consciously kept him under wraps. What is the rationale for that?
Very simple. I mean,
that's actually quite ironic, because I am under wraps in the movie.
That's what it is.
Sure.
He's not Amitabh Bachchan in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's never Amitabh Bachchan in any film, right?
No, he is Amitabh Bachchan. See, like I keep telling people, Amitabh Bachchan is a character. He's not an actor. He's far beyond an actor. So when you say, talk like Amitabh Bachchan, walk like Amitabh Bachchan, speak, sit like Amitabh Bachchan, he becomes a character. Right. Today, in the country, he's actually one of the, I think he's possibly the only actor who's a character. To not use the character and say, I'm not going to be there, is far more powerful than saying, I'm going to be there, because he's been there.
Right, that's true.
For almost every film, he's promoted it. So I'm not going to promote it, Amitabh Bachchan. There's a point of difference.
But the objective being?
hey, why is Oro coming in? Why is Amitabh Bachchan coming in as Oro's voice? It's a lot more curiosity, no? The fact that you're asking us this question itself is worth that.
Why did you decide to take this film under your banner?
Yeah, we liked it. And because two members of the family were working in it. And the whole business of owning your own creativity has been far too stagnant in our country, ignored, and not really, has not been accelerated in the sense it should be. If I am giving my creative input, I think it's important that because the product is going to have a certain amount of life, that we should also be beneficiaries of that life. I can be paid to do a film and then forget about it, but that's what's been happening all these years. But I think that it's only fair that if an artist is going to put in his creativity, and if, say, after 10 or 15 years, his value as an actor is still being assessed after 20 years, and if that value is getting transported to the product that he made 20 years back, then I feel that it's only fair that he should still be getting some amount of earning out of that.
Right.
So I always quote a really bad example. I was paid 1,00,000 rupees to act in a film called Sholay. That was 30 years ago. But 30 years past Sholay, the value of Sholay has increased multifold. But, you know, I was just paid 1,00,000 rupees, and that's the end of it. If today there is a value attached to me, and if my value has enhanced from the days of Sholay, which it has because my salary has increased from 1,00,000 to whatever it is now, much greater, then that value should get transported into the value that the film is developing now. You know, I just feel that that's a very fair equation. But I do not have any rights, and I do not own the property, and therefore I do not get anything. And there are many actors and many creative people in the world who actually earn a lot more because of the equity they hold in a product than getting actually paid for the product. There are many examples in the entire world. There are people who've not even worked in a sequel to the product that they originally were involved in, and Jack Nicholson is an excellent example of that, and are still earning money because they created a product with their creativity. That product went into a sequel and so on and so forth. They weren't there, but they were the initiators of making that product interesting enough for it to be made into a sequel. Now, some amount of that effect he needs to get benefit for. And so even if he doesn't work in the sequel, he's still earning money. And his earning is much greater. And rightly so, because if he was responsible in creating the initial buzz for this product, then he should be a rightful owner if that product is going to get exploited down the years.
Do you see this trend coming into India?
Oh yeah, everybody's doing it now.